There you go. Look right into it. Yep. That's what you do.
Well, welcome to Midwest Whitetail Great Lakes. We're up here in Alberda County. We brought Giovanni up for a archery hunt. He's kind of new in the whole hunting thing. We took him out for the youth hunt. Had some success as far as seeing animals and stuff like that, but we didn't bring an animal home. So, well, we got him up here this weekend. We're back in a box blind. It's about 66 degrees out right now. The wind actually changed from this morning. They seen a few animals this morning. I think a spike he could have shot, but he passed it up, and then a few other 4 points, I think they were. It's warm out right now, but it looks like the temperature's going to drop down to like 40 degrees tonight. So we're kind of hoping that gets them up on their feet, and maybe we can get Giovanni here a shot at one, right? Mm-hmm. All right, bud, let's do this. You see the top crosshair?
Yes.
You see the second one down?
Yep, right here.
Yeah, the second one down is the wire you want to put your spot. Okay?
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to let you hang this up there.
You out of what?
From Frizzell.
How?
Not just the
Those
people.
traditions have been going on for
Even you?
what?
Have you been going up there every year?
No, but I'm just saying that's traditions that happen for years and years.
I can do it.
Slide a couple of them on, one on each side.
You're such a rookie.
No, I'm not.
Yes. Missed it.
Did I miss?
Yeah, missed it.
Dang.
Well, I was going to wrap it up here today. Well, we brought Giovanni back up. We had him up for the youth hunt. He really enjoyed himself, had a lot of action during that. We thought, you know what, the kid's, he's kind of hooked. We had a weekend. This would be a perfect weekend for us. So we brought him up here. We wanted to let him experience a little bit of deer camp, and so we sat around camp last night and had a fire and played some dice and just had a good time. And so this morning, he really had some nice opportunities at some deer. He passed up a spike this weekend. He's passed up some does. He had a beautiful 8-point that was coming into us. Didn't quite make it down to us, but then he had this 5-point come in, and you know, as you guys can see, sometimes it doesn't always turn out as good as we'd hope. He got pretty excited. You know, that's part of hunting. You don't always get what you're aiming at, and but hey, I think next year he's going to be back. If we can get him out again this year, we're going to try getting him out. So, but you know, that's why they call it
Hunting, not killing.
all right. You going to get one next year?
Yup.
All right. Well, I appreciate you coming out with us, bud.
Mm-hmm.
It is October 1st, and my cousin and I are down here on the farm in southeast Minnesota. It is October 1st, officially my first sit of the season. Between work and some crummy weather, this is the first chance I've had to get out. We've got a cutty link probably about 60 yards to the north of me here. And we've been getting 2 different shooters on it. One being Eddie, which is on top of the hit list this year. And another buck that we don't have a name for, but just a really nice 8 with a kicker off his G2. So with any luck, we'll see one of those. See him? He's looking right at us. Yeah. We'll see what happened. Do you have any shots to the field? What? Alright, just want to bring you guys a quick update here. It's 6:45, and I don't know exactly what time. I'd have to look back at the footage, but my cousin and I at the same time thought we heard something over here to our west, down this hill a little bit. It sounded like a couple bucks maybe tickling their antlers together, and a short time after I spotted that buck that we're in here after, who was atop of the hit list, Eddie, and he worked a couple scrapes, and he made a big loop coming out to this field edge here where I've got that pure trophy clover, and he sat and ate for a while. I knew he was close, and all of a sudden he popped out at about 20 yards, slowly working his way down this field edge, and we've got a scheduled northwest wind which will be blowing right in my face over my shoulder, and we've had a lot of west and even a little southwest, and he got to basically a step away from my cousin's shooting lane, and he locked up. I could tell the wind was hitting me right in the back of the neck, and he was probably standing there for somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes trying to figure out where we were, what we were. That deer has multiple lives. And hopefully we'll catch up to him here again.
Well, it's October the 8th, and I'm in a spot that is new to me and hoping to shoot a doe, but I've gotten some good cutting back pictures of a couple of really nice bucks. One that I call Wide Load, he's a 10. And another buck that's got 2 drop tines on his right side. It's pretty unique. I wouldn't say he's like a giant buck, but he's a nice one. So hopefully tonight, though, I can connect on a doe. It's beautiful out, it's calm, it's a little warm, it's 68. Tomorrow's supposed to be 80s, so, and then it's the youth hunt, and I'm probably gonna skip that, so, I really like to start resting my areas at about this time. Don't want to get any human scent, because I know a lot of bucks are cruising, but last week of October is when I really want to start kicking it in, so we'll see what happens tonight. I don't know how good the footage is, but I had 3 does come in, and I couldn't get the camera turned enough, and then they got spooky because I was trying to move. I'm filming by myself, and they went back. So then, thinking that they might come back, the big doe might, they're curious, so I put it on hold, because there's nothing but pines. I couldn't get her coming in if I wanted to. And there's a hole right there, and I waited for her to get in there, and hopefully I got it. But I wanted to put some meat on the table, and I think I just did, so I'm going to give her a little bit. It looked like a good hit, like right behind the shoulder, and I heard a crash, so give her a little bit, and I'm going to get down and see if I can find my arrow and blood, so stay tuned.
There she is. Well, here she is. We got her dragged out, gutted. The battery of my spotlight died, so my little brother got off of work, brought one, helped me drag her the rest of the way. But I had 3 mature does come in behind me, and they kind of got a little spooky, and she came walking back in this hole right behind me, and I was able to put a 20-yard shot, double longer. She went about 60 yards and tipped over, so couldn't be happier. Big mature doe, meat on the table, and now I'm going to start gearing up for a mature buck to go after, so stay tuned for more Midwest Whitetails.
Welcome to Midwest Whitetail, the Great Lakes Show. It's October the 6th. One of my favorite days to be out in the woods. I've had a lot of luck on October 6th, so hopefully tonight the suit will follow. But in the meantime, I want to bring you a little bit of an update on what's been happening. We put our trail cameras out this summer, and we've got a couple of pictures of some nice bucks. The one on the ditch property we call the Lucky 7. He's a nice tall tine buck, appears to be 2.5 or possibly 3.5 years old. But he's a nice buck, and he's one of our target bucks on that property. Here on the food plot property, we got a nighttime picture of a nice buck. It appears to be at least a 3.5-year-old, but the picture was kind of blurry, so it was a little hard to tell. Opening night here on October 1st, I sat the redneck blind that I'm about ready to get into here. Had a little 6-point, 7-point come feeding its way through the plot, and so we know the deer are using it, and hopefully tonight we'll see some more action. But we've had a lot of doe sightings so far, and everything has just been out of range. Nothing that I can get a real good shot at yet, so hopefully tonight that'll change. We've had a couple of pockets of the EHD in the area here in southwest Michigan. It does not appear to have affected our area. We haven't found any dead deer, but I know within just a few miles of some of our properties that we can hunt, they found upwards to 9 or 10 deer in sections of woods. But as of right now, we haven't found anything, so I think we're good to go for the rest of the season. And we're going to be bringing you all the action right here on Midwest Whitetail.
Well, today is October 7th, and we're coming in here to what we call the West Creek property. It's a piece of public land here that we have been scouting about. We just kind of came across it on the maps here about a month ago. I found it, and we've been in here the last month scouting. We threw a camera up. We got some pictures of some nice bucks. Unfortunately, the camera twisted and some branches got in the way because the camera was leaning sideways off the tree, but we still got some pictures of some nice bucks that we definitely would be happy to take on some public land. So we're on the other side of that swamp today. We came in here to do a little small game hunting, some squirrel hunting and upland hunting while we're walking through the swamp, just to kind of scout it out. And we are making our way through the swamp. Right now we're getting right across the creek that runs through this property, and we're gonna head back into the bedding area. We got away from the open hardwoods. We found several stands up in the open hardwoods, which we expected, being that it's public land. But now that we're down into the slicker stuff, we haven't found a lot of people sign. Of course, it's gonna be very difficult to hunt, but that's why we're in here scouting today. We're gonna try to put some miles on the ground here and see if we can't find some nice spots to hunt later this season. Well, we're circling our way back through this thicket that runs along the creek here, and we came across a tree that we think is the spot to be in. There's a bunch of runways that cross within 20 to 30 yards of this tree, and for as thick as it is in here, you can actually get some shots on all directions of the tree. So as far as the location goes, it looks like this is a really, really good spot, and it'll probably be a really good spot come late October, around October 23rd to 25th, somewhere in there, when the bucks start getting up on their feet looking for does. So we're gonna probably hang out of here until it gets to that time of the season, and then we'll probably be back in here a couple of times.